Everyone, roll call, please.
You call for roll call.
Mr. Shadid?
Here.
Ms. Hutchinson? Here. Mr. Maida?
Here.
Mr. Davis?
Oh, here.
Mr. Socio?
Here.
Ms. Ms. Guadagnino?
Here.
Mayor Womack?
Here. Sunshine notice, please.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided as required under Chapter 231 Public Law 1975, specifying the time, date, and location by posting a copy of the notice on the municipal building, municipal website, providing a copy of the annual notice scheduled to the official newspaper of the township, and is on file in the clerk's office.
Councilman Davis, it's nice to have you here. Will you lead us in the pledge to the flag, please?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Malloy. Councilman Davis, will you help me with this one?
Absolutely.
Hey, how you doing? Come right on. We have a special proclamation this evening for someone who is extraordinarily important for our township, someone who has led some of the most, what's the word, Bob, profound and important civic events that we've had in recent times. One of the things that we have to be proud of in North Brunswick is Elmwood Cemetery, and the face of Elmwood Cemetery today is Eleanor Malloy. Eleanor puts together many, many programs that are historic in nature, that honor the people that are buried at Elmwood Cemetery, that honor our veterans especially, and those who have died in service of our country, and make North Brunswick a richer and better place. Can you all read that from there? I'm going to have trouble reading it from here. I will move quickly, but Eleanor is a very impressive person. And Councilman Davis is down here with me because Councilman Davis is a veteran on our council, has worked for many years with Eleanor on the Wreaths Across America, an extraordinarily important program that Eleanor sponsors for us. Whereas the Township of North Brunswick would like to recognize Eleanor Malloy for the tremendous contributions she and her family have made to the community of North Brunswick. And whereas Elmwood Cemetery was established in 1868, from its beginning, the cemetery was intended to be a park, a place to find solace in nature, to comfort the grieving and commemorate the dead. And where Eleanor's great-great-grandfather, D.G. Stubblebine, was the founding president of Elmwood Cemetery, Eleanor's family has been running the cemetery since its inception, with Eleanor starting work there in 1990. Eleanor became president in 2013 and represents the 6th consecutive generation. And whereas Elmwood Cemetery has continually and very methodically recorded family histories, serving as an archival resource for genealogy, since taking over as president, Eleanor expanded their commitment to assisting families with personal histories. Eleanor strongly believes in the importance of knowing your roots, heritage, and history. And whereas under Eleanor's direction, Elmwood developed the Civil War, World War I, World War II, Spanish-American War, and Korean War walking tours that tell about these conflicts through the personal stories of the men and women buried at Elmwood. She implemented an educational advisory council to get professional advice about their Civil War walking tour, and with the professionals on the EAC, developed curriculum for school children. From this, Elmwood gave educational tours to North Brunswick students from middle school through the high school. And whereas Eleanor has worked with several North Brunswick volunteer organizations, including the Women's Club, the Girl Scouts, the Boy Scouts, the American Legion, and the VFW, to ensure that our local veterans are honored She served on the North Brunswick Township World War I Centennial Commission and spearheaded the ringing of the bells of peace on November 11th. In 2021, Eleanor dedicated a Never Forget garden in commemoration of the 100th anniversary of the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. This garden serves as a memorial to our local veterans who are missing in action or killed in action, never to return home. Whereas Eleanor developed partnerships with the community to support organizations that positively contribute to the well-being of North Brunswick residents, Elmwood Cemetery has supported 4 Eagle Scout projects. In 2018, they collaborated with the North Brunswick Environmental Commission to host a Bio Blitz, and they supported the North Brunswick Township Students College internship that researched the 1918 influenza pandemic. Each February and March, they offer programming for Black History Month and Women's History Month. And whereas Eleanor started the annual Butterfly Release and the Luminaria, 2 programs to offer a joyful remembrance for those in our community who are grieving and have suffered a loss. These programs are a reminder that we are not alone in grief. Eleanor has sought to make Elmwood a source of compassionate care for the bereft. She strives to serve North Brunswick Township with a place to remember and honor those who have gone before us. Now, therefore, we, the Mayor and Council of the Township of North Brunswick, do hereby proclaim sincere gratitude, respect, and admiration of the community of North Brunswick to Eleanor Malloy, and wish her many, many more years of continued service and success. Thank you so much for everything, Ellen.
Thank you. Thank you. It has been my privilege and my honor to serve the community of North Brunswick. I am blessed and very fortunate to have been born and raised here, and this is my home. These are my roots, and I am very proud to say that I am from North Brunswick. So thank you, thank you, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And let me just say, if you haven't recently driven through Elmwood or just taken, even if you don't know what you're looking at, the tours and things, it is a beautiful, peaceful place. And you can't walk 2 minutes without beginning to run into things and tombstones that say things, and all of a sudden you're intrigued and you're hooked. I know I have been. Thank you again, Ellen. So our next proclamations are the influential women of North Brunswick. Councilwoman Guadagnino. Who's going to be doing? Okay. I know Ms. Benson is always. We're sorry Ms. Benson's out. She hurt her arm, so she's not able to drive. So she's not here with us this evening. But she wrote us Luann. She wrote me a long email to cover everything she wants done and said. Councilwoman Guadagnino, would you be kind enough?
Good evening, everyone. This is a proclamation by the Mayor and Council Township of North Brunswick. Whereas March is National Women's History Month, and during Women's History Month, we celebrate the courageous women who have helped our nation build a fairer, more just society. And whereas American women of every race, class, and ethnic background have made historic contributions to the growth and strength of our nation in countless recorded and unrecorded ways. Whereas throughout history, the vision and achievements of powerful women have strengthened our nation and opened the doors of opportunity wider for all of us. And whereas the courageous advocacy of women for practical goals such as equity, diversity, and inclusion serves as a beacon of inspiration for all individuals and communities. And whereas in 2025, we honor the women who have tirelessly worked to dismantle barriers, challenge prejudices, and create opportunities for all individuals, regardless of their background, and attacks against diversity, equity, inclusion programs and training in our institutions. Now, therefore, we, the Mayor and Council of the Township of North Brunswick, do hereby proclaim the month of March 2025 as Women's History Month and call the observance to the attention of all of our citizens to commemorate and honor women for their countless contributions to our community and to our nation. Thank you.
And could I ask the members of the Women of Influence Committee to come forward? Not you, Chief Battaglia.
I'm an ally, yes. Good evening. I'm Michael Neller. I'm the principal of North Brunswick Township High School. The Women of Influence Award started as a joint venture between North Brunswick Township High School and the North Brunswick Women's Club in 1996. 3 years ago, we revived this award through the efforts of the North Brunswick Township Women of Influence Commission. This annual award is bestowed upon residents of North Brunswick who have demonstrated exceptional achievements in their fields, professions, and communities. This award will celebrate women who've made notable contributions, brought added value and improvement to the lives of others, who have taken on initiatives, embraced change, and humbly served others in our community. Tonight, we will recognize community members who have made North Brunswick better in the areas of art and culture, business, the spirit of volunteerism, education, government, and our human services. We are truly excited to announce that for 2025, we are going to recognize 3 community members this evening, and we have placed their names on a plaque that will be displayed proudly at North Brunswick Township High School. So with that, I will turn it over to Angie.
Thank you. I'll just go over here to the podium. Thank you, Mayor and Council, Clerk, distinguished directors. Commissioner Deputy Director Nara is a longtime resident of North Brunswick Township through and through. She was raised and educated through its public school system. She played sports and did all the things young leaders do so well. When I first met Shanti, she was a member of the North Brunswick Township Council. She approached me after seeing me at many township functions. Her conversation with me was so genuine. She said, if you ever need anything, please don't hesitate to reach out. She said it and she meant it. As a resident and township council member, she attended literally every event, function, fundraiser, you name it, Shanti was there. And when I say she was there, she mixed and mingled with the people of the town. She talked to them. She didn't just stand in one spot and wait for them to recognize her. Per the criteria of the Influential Women of North Brunswick Award, the recipient must, among many other things, have provided dedicated service on behalf of area residents. County Commissioner Deputy Director Nara definitely meets and exceeds this criteria, and here are just a few reasons why. She served on the North Brunswick Township Planning Board, where she was actively involved in the development for the North Brunswick Transit Village, a project she would later vote in favor of when she sat on the Township Council. She was first elected to Township Council in 2009 and re-elected in 2012 and 2015. County Commissioner Deputy Director Nara also served on the Council on Affordable Housing. She was liaison to the Public Library and Open Space Committee, where she helped create the Township's community garden on the former Polder Farm, purchased as open space in 2010. Shanti is an active member of CERT, the North Brunswick Township Community Emergency Response Team. She is trained in search and rescue, fire safety, disaster, medical operations, and she participated in running shelter operations in North Brunswick during Superstorm Sandy and during the 2015 warehouse fire. Middlesex County's public health initiatives under her leadership were praised by the New Jersey Department of Health. Shanti Nara chairs the county's Public Safety and Health Committee. She was appointed to the Board of County Commissioners on October 20th, 2016, elected for a partial term in November 2017, and subsequently won election to her first full term on the Board of County Commissioners in November of 2018. Since she joined the board, she has maintained a strong commitment to provide the residents of Middlesex County with programs and resources that will ensure their safety and address their health and wellness needs. County Commissioner Nara was named Deputy Director by the Board of County Commissioners on May 6, 2021. In 2020, New Jersey women vote, the 19th Amendment at 100. This multifaceted program initiative, it was launched in 2020. It marked 100 years of the women's suffrage movement in the United States. To prepare for this movement, New Jersey Historical Commission, in collaboration with the Alice Paul Institute, gathered over 70 partners across the state of New Jersey representing history and cultural organizations, women's groups, government agencies, libraries, and higher education institutions. Together, they partnered and planned a year-long series of events and programs and projects all across the state to mark this centennial. County Commissioner Deputy Director Shanti Nara was counted among the women who shaped New Brunswick, celebrating the 100th anniversary of the 19th Amendment, 1920 to 2020. That is so commendable. She is one awesome female. I could say so much more about this wonderful, caring, action-oriented individual that she is. For so many reasons, and for so many more reasons, I am proud to bestow upon County Commissioner Deputy Director Shanti Nara for the thank you for oh my goodness. I am so emotional because I love her so much. But the Government Service Award for the influential women of North Brunswick, the one and only Shanti Nara. Would you like to say anything?
Well, I'm not sorry to turn my back, but I am so grateful for the influential women of North Brunswick for this award, and I am going to keep this very short. I will just say that part of the reason I'm so proud to have been a council person in this town and now serve as a county commissioner is that I was privileged to have an amazing childhood in this town. I grew up a couple, streets over, and it wasn't just my parents and our immediate family, it was the community in North Brunswick that helped in shaping me to become the person that I am today. And the fact that there's a plaque that's going up in the high school is amazing to me. I'm a proud 1985 grad Raider, and that's probably one of the best things that's happened to me in a very, very long time. I will say this, my niece is graduating this year, and as my younger niece says, it's exactly 40 years after I did. That part hurts a little, but I was amazingly gratified to serve on this council and with some of you, and I really love every day as a county commissioner. And I will say two things. Tangi said I'm an active member of CERT, and quite frankly, I'm a member of CERT. I haven't been as active lately, and I will do a plug for it. It's one of the most amazing things to be a member of this organization. You serve your community by supporting the first responders. It's a terrific group of people, and you will become lifelong friends with them as you do service. So if anybody's watching this, I will ask you to reach out to the CERT team, OEM, and get involved. And the other thing I'm going to say is Ellie is amazing. Elmwood is terrific. I have participated in the butterfly release, the Luminari. Everybody in town should go there at least once, if not more. And Ellie, I think your nephew now works in my organization in New York, so it's exciting stuff. Yes, so thank you, everybody. I very much appreciate it, and I will hang this up with pride.
Our next award will be presented by Sue Neller. We do ask all recipients to please remain here so that we can get one group shot.
I am sure there are not many of you in this room that do not know this next awardee, either by working with her or joining her in the many community events she gives her time to so passionately. Laura has volunteered in many capacities at her church, on the consistory, and as a Sunday school teacher. She was an active member in North Brunswick Township Schools PTO and PTSOs. She was vice president on the executive board at Judd, then co-president at Linwood, then North Brunswick Township High School. She served as a Girl Scout leader from 2000 to 2005. Laura is currently a member of the Community Emergency Response Team, CERT. She is a volunteer with the Municipal Alliance, a race day volunteer for Purple for Pappas, and Meals on Wheels volunteer. She served as a team parent for various North Brunswick Township sports teams throughout the years. She served on the Parent Advisory Committee at both Linwood and North Brunswick Township High School. She was on the HIB Committee at North Brunswick Township High School for 2 years. Laura was a parent representative for positive behavior support in schools at North Brunswick Township High School. She volunteered with Elijah's Promise, preparing and serving dinners. She is a member of the Raritan Bay Ruckers and organized the Ruck and Food Drive in remembrance of Senior Airman Richard Samaru in June of 2021. And if that wasn't enough, she completed the North Brunswick Civilian Police Academy in 2017, the Middlesex County Sheriff's Academy in 2018. She is a member of the North Brunswick Suicide Prevention Task Force and a volunteer with the North Brunswick Neighbor to Neighbor program. Laura has been honored with the Anne Marie Chanley Heritage Day Award, North Brunswick Women's Club of Women of the Year Award, the New Jersey State Governor's Jefferson Award, the North Brunswick Hometown Hero Award with both North Brunswick Food Bank and CERT. Laura is currently the president of the North Brunswick Women's Club, and in 2022, the New Jersey State Federation of Women's Clubs awarded her with the Cecilia Gaines Holland Award, which is the highest honor that can be bestowed upon a New Jersey club woman. I honestly don't know how she finds the time, but Laura is married. And she's married to Steve, and they have 3 beautiful children. It is my honor to present this award to her tonight on behalf of the Influential Women of North Brunswick Committee. I don't know if you want this too. You want to say something? Thank you.
Rosie Rose works diligently to provide budget-friendly floral arrangements for life's major milestones. She understands the importance of supporting families and offers flexibility to accommodate any family's needs. Sorry. Thank you. Oh, wow. Rosie has helped countless families in their time of need without expecting recognition. Her kindness to others has earned her great respect in the community. Rosie Rose Flores annually supports the annual North Brunswick Police Department golf outing, the Center of Great Expectations Luncheon, North Brunswick Heritage Day, and North Brunswick's National Night Out. Rosie has led by example and taught others the value of endurance, resilience, and compassion. The people of North Brunswick Township have been the beneficiaries of Rosie Camarillo and the Rosie Rose Florist. Rosie's compassion for others, her artistic talent, and her business sense make Rosie a North Brunswick woman of influence. Thank you, Rosie.
I want to say thank you so much. And I'm proud for my son Angel too. Helped me so much in this business.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. On behalf of Rosie Rose and family and friends, officially we became part of New North Brunswick in 2019, November 2019. And since day one, we were greeted with Ms. Changi, Ms. Ellie, and all of North Brunswick community with such love and care and such warmth that we promise to keep that moving forward with our arrangements and with Rosie's smile and our families. So thank you guys,
Thank
and
you so much.
thank you for this award.
Before we move on to the rest of our meeting, we did have, and while Principal Neller's still here, we did want to acknowledge a young lady who we are all impressed with. Wasn't one of our award winners tonight, but
I have a couple of things on this, actually, if I may.
Sure.
So, Principal Neller, I know you know of at least one of these, which on Thursday, the wrestling state tournament will begin. There's been a lot of controversy if you follow around on the news lately, but here in town we are proud of 3 Lady Raider wrestlers who have qualified for the tournament and are going to take their shot at bringing home a state title. They are Gabrielle Roberts, Melanie Contreras, and Rakai DeGrassi. They will begin their journey on Thursday and hopefully end up somewhere in the medal round on Saturday. So best of luck to Gabrielle, Melanie, and Rakai. And lastly, and I'm going to get killed for this, however, last Saturday at the NJSIAA Swimming Meet of Champions, a Raider record was broken. The 100 breaststroke? 100 breaststroke by senior Samantha Guadagnino. Sammy has been in the pool since probably around birth, right? She's been swimming forever. And she was able to break the record on her very last swim meet as a Raider swimmer. And her name will go up on the record board somewhere in the vicinity of her uncle, Tassos Panagakis, who does hold the Raider diving record. So congratulations to Samantha, and best of luck to Gabrielle, Melanie, and Rakai.
Yeah. And while we have everyone here, I did want to call one other person up. Saturday, while I was driving around town, at the corner of George's Road and Cranberry Crossroads, I was sitting at the light, and of course I was approached by people looking for money. But it was our first state and rescue squad, and they were out there on a Saturday trying to raise money. And I came up with $2, but I didn't have a lot with me. But it cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to run this organization, and we shouldn't let them have to be out on the streets asking for what people can give. God bless them. I asked Chad Hyman to come by tonight, the president, and say a couple words for us. And thank you for being out there Saturday, Chad.
So thank you again. My name is Chad. I'm the president of North Brunswick First Aid and Rescue Squad. So the mayor asked me to come tonight just to make a couple comments about the squad. So we were out there on Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, it was a nice warm 60-degree day, but Sunday it was about 28 degrees. And we worked the corner of Cranberry Crossroad and George's Road. So for the residents that stopped and gave and donated, we wanted to say thank you. I wanted to also thank Chief Battaglia for allowing us to work out there, and his officers came by a couple times to make sure that we were safe. So just also wanted to thank the council for everything that you do. As you mentioned, it takes a lot to run our squad. We are doing everything we can to continue to raise money. Certainly as a hybrid organization, we not only rely on our volunteers, but for the squad to keep on going, we also thank our paid members, our per diems, our full-timers. So anybody out there that's listening, we have a Venmo account, we have a PayPal account. We tried to raise money both for equipment, for training, just to keep the organization running. So again, thank you for everybody out there that gave. We are usually out collecting once a quarter, so we hope to be out there again maybe June, and we'll let you know so you can put that out on the board. So thank you again.
Thank you.
Hey, Chad, and then we'll, Chad, when you guys do it in June, you're not going to work the corner, right? You're going to collect. You guys aren't going to work the corner. You're going to collect, right?
And in
probably.
Well, Chad plays another important role in town, and next time you see him, you may not recognize him, but look for someone with big ears and paws walking around at all of our Easter events. So thank you for everything you do, Chad. So that's the, we're going to go into our business meeting now. You're welcome to stay and watch, but I would highly not recommend it unless you... So thanks, everyone, for coming, and congratulations to everyone for your awards this evening.
It's doing the ECC litigation.
With
so,
the surf, okay.
yeah,
It's a little chilly in here.
give it time.
And we'll start with Ms. Gallimore. The bill list.
Good evening, everyone. I have 4 items on the agenda for your consideration. The first item is the bill list. Are there any questions on the bill list? 5 items, not 4. The next item is a resolution authorizing the cancellation of taxes for a 100% disabled veteran and also refunding the first quarter taxes that were paid in the amount of $1,469.93. The next 3 items are Chapter 159s. The first 2, Office on Aging and Disabled Services, congregate meals for $10,000 and senior transportation for $10,000. And last but not least,
Yes, last and
Middlesex County DWI checkpoint, and that's for $5,040.
159 is where we have grants that come in, we have to put them in.
We have to add them to the budget. Yes, thank you.
Any questions? And we, again, we do hope Ms. Benson a swift recovery. Are you covering anything for her this evening, Ms. Pergament?
Thank you, Mayor. The one item that we did want to just call attention to, as Ms. Gallimore just mentioned, there's the 2 grants that she spoke of, and the third item on the next page, this is just recognizing the fiscal grant cycle for 2026. This is regarding the Municipal Alliance next round of funding, and this has the $19,664 with a cash match and an in-kind allocation. And
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is Chief Battaglia here? How are you, sir? Present.
Good evening, everyone. I have 3 things on the agenda. The first one is what Ms. Gallimore spoke of, the DWI checkpoint. That's a grant that we get just about every year from the Middlesex County Prosecutor's Office that is for DWI checkpoints throughout the county. The second one is the contract for bid for furniture exchange. Is this just change order, right? This is just a change order.
This would be additional, I believe, some furniture that
So
was
the-
not previously.
Yeah, some furniture that was, once we got back in the building and we started to set up, we realized there was a few things that were missing that we needed. And also there were some chairs. It's a unique situation with the officers in roll call. They wear their gun belts, so chairs with arms really don't work out. And we did get one set of chairs, but they were wood and they didn't really last long. We have some large officers, so we have some chairs here. We're going to get them reupholstered that we use. So that was an additional charge. And then there was some soundproofing or absorbing boards that needed to go back in the conference room on the second floor. So they're going to recover those and put them back. And I think one of the cubicles, when we finally got it put back together for one of the clerks, was entirely too small. So we're going to extend that out another 2 feet. So those are just things that when we got back in and we settled in, we realized there was a couple of things missing. And then the last one I have is the authorizing agreement was, oh no, the third one is the T&M Associates for services associated with the construction of the pavilion across the street. And I believe this is associated with the grant that we got for the $500,000 from the county, right?
No, from,
or the state, I'm sorry, from Assemblyman Danielson. And this is a part of the Juvenile Police Academy and also our future for the youth programs that we're sponsoring and working with the Board of Ed to bring in some troubled youths and give them some things to do during after school. So this is, I guess, for the site work. Right,
Yeah, this is the initial site work. We had already authorized the architectural side. This is really the electrical and as well as testing the soil. The previous, I believe, municipal building had been on that site and nothing's been constructed since, so they just need to do some site work review of that as well as bring out electrical, any of that for future expansion.
Any questions on that? And then the last one is authorizing an agreement with Lexipol for the police department just to maintain our accreditation. What they do is periodically throughout the year, every 3 years, the town gets reaccredited. They come in, they make sure that we're up to standards on all of our policies. If we need to rewrite any policies or adjust any policies due to the Attorney General guidelines changing, they assist us with that and they write the policies for us.
Questions for the chief? Thank you, sir. Once again, Director Bloyd wins the most items on the agenda award this evening.
Happy to turn that thing I'm long Mr. Boyd.
Good evening, Mayor, Council.
Evening.
I have 9 items for everyone's consideration this evening. First one is authorizing an amendment with MRC Incorporated to provide and install new playground structure at Eisenhower Park under the ESC&J contract.
Everybody know Eisenhower Park? Can you clarify where or what?
Eisenhower Park is one of our smaller parks off of Morton Ave, between Morton and Garner.
Off Farrington area?
Clinton. Yeah, yeah. So it's in between those two roads. This.
It's a nice little park.
It's a little sub park, but we're gonna do this under a grant that we received for $51,000.
We've been buying multiple pieces. Is there any kind of discount to like repeat customer, like? No.
Yeah, this is state.
State contract. Any other questions on that one?
When we do these parks, do we consider like children who might have disabilities and, you know, that could possibly utilize the playground, or we just kind of go in and just, do we think about any of that?
This one we did based on the grant, the money that we had in the grant. I believe we had to put a few bucks in from our OE from parks for this one. Wasn't much, it was maybe like $400 or $500.
Okay.
But we do have, if you recall, the all-inclusive park at Sabella.
Okay.
And Sabella, but Veterans Park has too,
Yeah,
right? Their playground equipment.
Veterans does, but this Sabella is going to be more advanced and there's going to be more inclusive.
Is, and the grounding, how is that? Is that a surface where somebody who has a child who's in a wheelchair is able to, go?
So the all-inclusive would be a poured floor of rubber,
Okay.
whereas the smaller parks, we usually use a wood fiber.
Wood fiber, okay.
And technically, you could ride wheelchairs on those if you needed to, but the all-inclusive would be the poured rubber.
Okay.
That's good. They call them the pocket parks, the smaller ones.
Yeah.
And they generally, Chief, what would you say? They go back to the 60s, the mid-60s, about when they were developed. So they were pre-ADA, and but we do need to be cognizant of it as we proceed.
Apparatus that you can play with while you're in the wheelchair.
Good on that one?
Yeah, I just like when we're
It's an
think about
important
everybody
consideration.
and we include everybody, because, if they're in a wheelchair, they might not be able to slide down the slide or do stuff, but if there's other things there that they can manipulate with their hands and play with.
It's an extremely small park there.
yeah.
It's a
Even the smallest of things, it could be helpful, but I'm glad we
when
consider
we've
it.
asked for designs, proposals, ideas for what we want to do at Babbage, we're trying very hard to make sure that we make that
Yeah.
a
Well, that would be
all-inclusive
great.
park as well.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Second item is authorizing advertisement for receipt of bids under the Department of Public Works for bid 25008, HVAC maintenance and repair services. Any questions on that one? God bless you. Number 3 is authorizing the advertisement of receipt of bids under the Department of Public Works bid 25006, municipal complex irrigation system. Any questions on that?
Is that a part of our post-storm rebuild, or is that something we would have had to do anyway?
Yeah, that's going to be part of our stormwater trust.
Okay.
but it does have to be rebuilt, and I do believe we have a credit with Brockwell and Carrington. I don't know the numbers of it, but we do have
Just curious.
an amount there.
Just curious. And what is this for, though?
This is for the irrigation system around the municipal building.
Oh, okay. All right.
The fourth item I have is authorizing the advertisement for received bids under the Department of Public Works bid 25007, purchase of a tandem axle truck. Any questions on that? Number 5 is authorizing an amendment to the contract with Hogan Security Group for the supply and installation of doors and hardware in the municipal complex basement, change order number 1. This is essentially a reduction of the contract.
How is it, can you just,
We changed some things in the basement with the doors. Originally, we had them as metal. Now they're going to be wood. There's some different hardware that wasn't necessary, so they were able to reduce the amount of the contract.
Why did we switch to wood instead of, since it's in the basement?
Well, we only had some that needed to be fire-rated metal doors. On the police side, they had a couple areas, but all the other ones originally were wood doors, so we stuck with the wood doors.
Okay. They don't match anything. And this is a reduction from? 3,000, okay. All right. Yeah, okay.
Number 6 is authorizing amendment to the contract with All Risk Incorporated to provide restoration services of the municipal complex, police wing, change order number 2. This is also a reduction. We de-scoped a few things in the basement from All Risk. We took them over for DPW to do. So that's a reduction in their contract as well. Any questions on that one?
good job with the reductions.
Number 7 is authorizing a change order, number 4 and number 7 with the Environmental Climate Control ECC for the municipal complex HVAC project under bid 24002.
This is a large number.
Both are, so the one originally, number 4, this work is, just looking at my notes here, this was the second floor PD for ceilings, VAV valves, and some ceiling work. They had some coils that were leaking. They had some VAV valves that were not under their contract that they had to.
So this is just 55,000. This isn't
That one,
4
I
million.
that one I believe was 12.5 for 4.
No, but the total for this,
And the-
Total.
Yeah, and number 7, I think was 40, wasn't it 40?
42,000.
Yeah,
so
42,000.
the increase is 55,000, so it has nothing to do with the 4 million number that's in bold in the top.
It's just added cost for things that are needed. So
Okay.
did you want any information on the 7? Okay. Any other questions on number 7?
The split, okay.
Number 8 is authorizing an amendment to the 2025 PSA with T&M Associates for services related to replacement of the irrigation system at the municipal complex.
How is this different than the one we
Yeah, I was
just
going
did?
to ask.
So this one is the soft cost for them to do the bid specs and also the design for the system.
And what was the other one?
Authorizing the bid, go out to bid after they design it, we got to get somebody to do the work.
They're doing a design, and then after the design, they do the bid specs.
Gotcha.
I just reversed them, sorry.
No problem.
Number 9, number 9 is authorizing a change in scope to the professional service agreement with CME Associates appointed as the 2025 Township Consulting Engineering Firm to include professional services for the bank stabilization at West Lawrence Street Pump Station.
Questions?
Any questions on 9?
Thank you, Director.
Thank you all.
Much appreciated. Director Ritz?
I have 5.
Hi, good evening, everyone. The first item is simply the resolution that we discussed at the last workshop meeting. It actually was not on for approval at our last meeting. Siobhan is here from the Environmental Commission, who told me she's going to be very quick in just providing everybody a brief update.
And you were wrong. It's not boring. It's really interesting. And it's been great to be here this evening, I have to say. Great night to be here, all the celebrations. So thank you for that. And so I just wanted to, thank you for giving me a minute to just talk again about the Climate Superfund bill. And I just wanted to give you an update that, and there are now, since we last talked, 7 more townships have passed resolutions supporting the bill. Jersey City, Hoboken, Parsippany, Red Bank, Teaneck, Maplewood, South Orange, Franklin Township, Haddon Township, Rochelle Park, and Asbury Park. And so there are many, and then there are, I think, maybe about 10 other townships at this point who are in the process that we're in, that we're just discussing it. So I was wondering if anybody had any questions about the bill. Anyone need to ask? I can't say I'd be able to answer all questions, but I can certainly know people who can, even if I can't. Do you have a location where you can read about it online?
Yes, I can tell you. The group that I'm associated with is Food and Water Watch. Food and Water Watch, New Jersey. And I'm in the Central New Jersey group of the Food and Water Watch.
Okay.
And so the one thing I did just want to say, because this is the question that everybody asks when I bring up this topic of the Climate Superfund bill, that may have crossed your mind, even if you haven't kind of said it. If this law gets passed, won't the fossil fuel companies raise the prices and make us pay more? That's pretty much, well, not always, but very often the first question I get when I bring up this topic. And I think this is a very fair question, because we all know that the fossil fuel companies don't want anything to interfere with the $2.6 trillion, that's with a T, $2.6 trillion that they earned in 2023, and that was considered a bad year. According to the New York Times, the ExxonMobil earned $36 billion, Shell got $28 billion, and Chevron got a measly $21 billion. But still, even with these vast sums of money, we do expect them to want to pass on costs to us, to pass on the costs of global warming to us, the consumers of New Jersey. And so that is, I think, a really legitimate fear. But there are a couple of things that can prevent this from happening, even if they want to do it. And according to the Fiscal Policy Institute and other research, the price of gas and oil is not determined locally, and it is not determined by one firm. It is determined internationally by supply and demand worldwide. And this kind of makes sense as soon as you say it. And in addition, even though the money assessments that will result from the Climate Superfund bill will seem like a lot of money to us, it's actually going to be small potatoes for those few companies who are going to be affected by it, these are the super emitters. It's not every corporation that's been asked to pay up. It is the super emitters. And those are the large fossil fuel companies operating in New Jersey who are responsible for more than 1 billion metric tons of greenhouse gas emissions since 1994. So those may want to put up their prices, but of course, if they do, then the other companies who are selling oil and gas in New Jersey will not, and so they'll be able to outcompete them. So even though they may want to do it, it seems highly unlikely that the cost to us as consumers will increase. But we do know if we don't get the Climate Superfund Act passed, that the cost to us as taxpayers will, of course, increase. So thank you very much for your time and for your attention.
Thank you for coming. Thanks for your work on the committee as well. Thank you.
My second item this evening is an annual resolution to approve our CDBG funds. This is for program year 2024. This grant of $118,000 covers $40,000 in code enforcement salary reimbursement, and the balance of the funds are dedicated to Babbage Park for the replacement of the parking lot lighting system.
And have we made application for 2025?
We just submitted it, but Mayor, it typically takes them
It'll take a long time.
10 months to.
And this year, they don't know the process.
Correct. Item 3 is an interesting good news, bad news, but we're closing out the 2023 road program. You typically may be accustomed to us returning larger, more substantial dollars. This was a multi-million-dollar contract that we are closing out with a balance of $1,766. So my approach is that we did good budgeting, and we'll be getting that money back into the capital fund. This included Huron Road, Corporate Road, and Washington Place. Item 4 this evening was reviewed tonight by the Water Committee. This is the draft proposal from CME Associates to begin the first phase towards replacing the township water main. Did the entire governing body get the report? Okay. This is substantial, and we encourage every member of the council to review. I think if there's any questions or concerns that we can answer between now and the next meeting, we want to make sure that everybody's fully briefed and comfortable, Mayor, with proceeding. This essentially is to begin the surveying and the field work as a first step towards replacing the main and to revise cost estimates. Any questions? Item 5 this evening, as part of our 24 road program, you'll recall that we've authorized and included in the bid the first phase of establishing sidewalk on Cousins Lane. This would be the sidewalk for the very first small section just beyond Wawa. In order to do that, we have to acquire easements, both permanent and temporary, from 3 homeowners. Because this involves real property, this has to be done by ordinance, and this will allow us to enter into contracts and negotiated agreements with those 3 homeowners for them to dedicate the land necessary to establish easements for the sidewalks. Questions?
I see Councilman Davis is raring to ask one.
Well, I'm just trying to get an idea of the amount of sidewalk footage or whatever that we're going to have. What you're saying is we have to get it dedicated from these people who own these houses.
Mm-hmm.
They have to give us the okays.
Mm-hmm.
So what are they actually giving up in length or width or whatever in front of their property?
They're essentially giving up enough right-of-way for us to construct a sidewalk. Online in your package, there are exhibits and diagrams that show the land that we actually need. So there are no curbs or sidewalks there today, and it's a county road. And so in order to add the sidewalks, we require several feet of property from those 3 homeowners in order to install the sidewalk.
Has there been any discussion with them?
I've met with each of the homeowners. Yeah. They're all supportive at the moment. They are compensated. If you'll look into the ordinance, there is an assessed value of essentially $3 a square foot that they are paid in one time in order to provide them compensation for the taking, as it were.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Mayor, if you don't mind, rather than doing it at the end, I can just briefly with the governing body. I just wanted to share with everybody that my entire staff, along with other staff members throughout the township, are sharing the tragic loss of an extended member of the community, a long time, more than 20-year builder in North Brunswick, Mr. Gregory Ginsburg, who has built between a dozen and 24 houses or more in the past 20 years in North Brunswick, was actually the tragic victim of a murder on Sunday, February 16th, at his home in Edison. He was killed. It was quite upsetting to many people on my staff. He is in our office and has been before the zoning board and the planning board countless times over the years. He has just finished building his latest home, which was just sold. I met the new homeowners who have rented in North Brunswick for 17 years, and this is their first home that they purchased that Gregory built on 2nd Avenue. There are homes off of Route 1 throughout the Maple Mead neighborhood. And he had just been in our office days before. I know the clerk's office is familiar with Gregory, DPW staff, so quite upsetting. He was a resident of Edison. But I just wanted to take a moment to publicly acknowledge his loss and his contributions to the Township of North Brunswick.
Thank you, Director. Ms. Progeman.
Thank you, Mayor. We have 2 items on for consideration. The first item, this is authorizing adjustments to 2 customers for their water sewer utility account. Both of these are for one-time leak adjustments. One was for a pipe burst, and the other was for a faulty toilet leak. They've made application for one-time leak adjustments. And the second item, I'm just asking for consideration if we can walk this on. I know we had mentioned this just earlier today. This is with Monica Orlando as our new deputy clerk coming on. This is just to confirm her as a register for vital statistics so she can file paperwork with the state. Okay. And there she is.
Did you want to say anything? Introduce yourself? I know you haven't. You introduced yourself a little earlier, but did you want to?
Hello, everybody. I am Monica Orlando. I am the new Deputy Township Clerk here. I come from Milltown. I was a municipal clerk there. I'm still there part-time a little bit, but today was my first day in the office. I'm very excited to be working here. Please stop in and say hello if you haven't already done so.
Thank you.
And I guess I have stuff.
Go right ahead.
All right, so the first one here is a membership application for one of the members to join volunteer company number 1. Was signed off by the chief that he's in good standing, so it's just a resolution approving his membership there. And then also for consideration will be the minutes for February 10th and February 18th.
Questions? Thank you so much.
Nice job.
Yeah. So we have a consent agenda that is
Should just be
noticed.
the bill list, I don't think.
Yeah, it'll
That's a
be,
typo, that first one.
the first one's a typo?
Yeah, that's the one that was on the,
Okay. So we have only one item, and that's the bill list. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda, item A, the bill list?
So moved.
Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Shadid?
Yes.
Ms. Hutchinson?
Yes.
Mr. Maida?
Yes.
Ms. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. Socio? And Ms. Guadagnino?
Yes.
Congratulations to Sammy. That's really impressive, and she's an impressive young lady, and true congratulations to her. That's really wonderful. Did any member of the council have anything they wanted to report on or discuss this evening? Council President?
I am going to read the school board, the Board of Education has asked me to read this for one more week. The North Brunswick Township School District is excited to announce that it has a unique opportunity to present a bond referendum to North Brunswick Township residents to invest in much-needed infrastructure to our schools for at zero cost to our taxpayer. These projects are also eligible for 40% facilities funding by the New Jersey Department of Education. The North Brunswick Township Schools Bond Referendum will take place on March 11th, 2025, from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. It includes $63.79 million in improvements to our district schools with zero tax increase to our taxpayers. The ballot will have 2 questions. Question 2 will only pass if question 1 passes. The first question will be for $52.5 million and focuses on vital HVAC, heating and cooling work in all the buildings except for the new middle school, building envelope repairs to the brickwork at both the high school and Linwood to keep our buildings safe, and on the upgrade of bathrooms to ensure that they are ADA compliant, which they are currently not. Question 2 is for $11.2 million and can only be passed if the first question passes, and it focuses on replacing outdated windows and doors and door locks throughout the first facility, which they need, improving security, energy efficiency, and safety. Just as in any election, voters can vote by mail or in person. Polls will be open from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. on March 11th, 2025. Mail-in ballot applications and voter registration information is available on the Middlesex County website. I do believe it's too late to register to vote for this, but still register to vote if you need to, because you'll be able to vote in the primaries and the regular election. More information, including project details, FAQs, informational presentations, and videos can be found on the district website, which is mbtschools.org, or any of their social media accounts.
Thank you, Council President. Anything else? Anyone have any announcements? Any directors have any other things they wanted to put in? Is there, Mr. Nastis, would you like to be heard in public hearing this evening?
Oh, sure. This is real simple, so I have to sign in, I'm sorry. Real simple. I'd like to get a code enforcement update. Here's a list of what I'm requesting. I haven't gotten an update since November when I turned it in. And on the back is some pictures of the world famous 497 Georges Road. We're going on year 13, so I hope we can get these things resolved within the next 6 months.
He is in court tomorrow.
He's in court tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
Where?
Here.
It's
Well, last time it was here, he didn't.
It's open court, but we do have reason to believe, without going into any details, that he will be here tomorrow, we believe. Can't promise, you never know with court, but he should be here.
Well, he's already skipped 3 times, so.
But there's been contact, so we're all very optimistic he'll be here tomorrow.
All right, and I asked about this, I call it a van because I don't know anything else. It's on Bergen Avenue at 958, it's parked there. Been parked there over the weekends, they're parked there all the time. With phone number 908, I don't think it's local, but whatever. Let's give these to the young lady, she can log it in, and you'll have a nice night.
Thank you, Mr. If you can make copies, circulate them with the council, we appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Is there anyone else who'd like to be heard in public hearing this evening? Is there a motion to close our public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And is there a motion to adjourn this evening's meeting?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Everybody have a great night.